Alright guys, it is time for another Etch quickie. I'm sorry, I'll never say that again. This is going to be a quick video. I have been, I don't want to say complaining because I know that a better solution is coming, but one of the caveats I give when I talk about Etch is that right now in its current state, creating a header with a menu in it is kind of a pain because you basically just have to build it from scratch because there's no menu building UI yet in Etch. And full site editor menu building is just literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So they don't, full site editor themes don't even have the menu system that we're all used to, you know, where you go to appearance menus and you build out your whole menu that way. It doesn't exist anymore. So with Etch right now, you have to build your menu completely from scratch. HTML, CSS, a little bit of JavaScript for the mobile menu, which is, you know, not a huge deal, especially with, you know, there's a lot of CodePen examples of menus and there's AI and whatnot. The annoying thing is that, you know, depending on how you build your menu, if you're like me and you like to cheat and you like to let the robots build the menu for you, the coding robots like VO and Lovable and whatnot, they always use React, and I think they all like to use json a lot. And the way that they build menus is they basically build two completely separate menus. So you have your main menu for desktop, and then you have a mobile menu. Sometimes they make it really annoying, and they just create the whole mobile menu out of thin air with JavaScript. When you click the mobile button, the mobile icon, the hamburger menu, the mobile menu doesn't even exist yet in the DOM anywhere. You click the button and then JavaScript like creates that whole nav element, and then when you click it again to make it go away, the whole nav element completely disappears from the DOM. So that's annoying, because then, you know, whenever you want to add a new page to your menu, you have to add it twice. You have to add it once to your main menu, like I have here. Here's a main menu with a nav link in there, and then you also have to add it to your mobile menu. Alright, so I'm not doing it the super annoying way where JavaScript is creating a whole new nav out of thin air. I have my main nav up here and I have a mobile nav down here, and the JavaScript basically, the CSS in JavaScript is, you know, hiding and showing the menu when it's appropriate. But still I have this problem where if I want to add another page to my menu, I have to add it up here, and then I also have to come down here and add it there. And then it occurred to me that I'm kind of an idiot, and that there's an easier way to do that, and that is by using a loop and just making it a simple JSON loop, right? We're not going to use like a PHP query and query post types or anything like that. We're just going to use a simple JSON loop. And so when I'm done, which this only takes a couple minutes to set up, once you have it set up, adding a new menu item is easy. You just have to add it once to your JSON file, and that's it. And so I'm going to show you how that works. It's pretty simple. I'm going to come up here first to my main nav, and I'm going to add a loop. The loop is inside the nav, but I'm going to drag the nav link inside the loop. Okay. And for the loop, I'm going to choose simple JSON, and I'm going to rename this by triple clicking on it. You don't have to rename it, but I'm going to rename it. I'm just going to call it menu JSON. And there's some default content in here, and I'm just going to change content to URL. You don't even really have to do that, but I like to make things make sense. So this is going to be the title, so it's going to say volunteer, and then this is going to be the URL. That's going to determine where the, you know, where it takes you when you click on it. Instead of post 1, I'm going to say volunteer, and for the content I'm going to say /volunteer because that's the URL of the volunteer page. And I'm also going to add one for the about page. And over here again, I'm just going to change this to menu item. You don't have to, but once again, I think it just helps you in the long run if you make everything semantic and make it all make sense. So then all I have to do is come up here to my nav link, just like any other loop. Instead of hard coding volunteer, we're going to say menu item dot title, and the href is going to be menu item dot url, and that's it for our first loop. I just want to make sure it's working. So there's volunteer, there's about. If I click on volunteer, it takes me to /volunteer. If I click on about, it takes me to, looks like the page is actually about-us. WordPress is smart enough usually to figure that out for you, but I am going to go ahead and update that in my loop to say about us. So that's working, but the mobile menu is not working yet. If we take a look at that, you'll see there's just the one hard-coded link in there still, and that's not what we want. So all we have to do is do the exact same thing we just did down here in our mobile. I could probably copy the loop and drag it down here, but I'm just going to redo it just so you can see it one more time. Click on loop, drag that up here, drag the link inside the loop, and I'll choose the menu JSON that we already created, and then I just have to change this again for this particular loop to menu item, and same thing in here. Menu item dot title and menu item dot URL. I'll save that, and we'll go see if the mobile version is working now. There it is. There's two. Volunteer works, about us works, and now if I want to add a new menu item, do I even have any more pages to go to? I don't. I guess we'll go to sample page. I'll just click on either one of these loops is fine. Just click on one of the loops so you can edit this, and then we just have to copy one of these bad boys, and I'm going to say sample page, save. So it's on my main menu already, and if I check out the mobile version, it's in here as well. So now I no longer have to add the menu item twice every time. I just add it once to that JSON, and then it's going to show up on both of my menus. So this is not groundbreaking stuff. I'm sure some of you are watching this like, yeah, of course, we've all been doing that since day one. You're an idiot. But just in case there's someone else out there who hadn't thought of that yet, I wanted to share that. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks.